Good afternoon, friends, and welcome to another episode of UnionBank Talks Digital. Ako si Carl Cordero, a proud Union Banker, and I'm sure you've seen me in previous videos. I'm excited to join the conversation again today as we talk about one of the most important digital projects of Union Bank. It's called Digital Account Opening with Union Bank Online. Tama po ang narinig ninyo, tama ang mga chismis. You can have a bank account without having to go to the branch. And I can't think of a more relevant banking solution, ladies and gentlemen, especially bumalik na po ang Metro Manila sa MECQ. Meron pa rin pong mga pumipila sa branch, iba't ibang bangko, and that is completely unnecessary with digital account opening. With the Union Bank app, you can have an account with us in minutes and wherever you may be. Nasa bahay man kayo, nasa kwarto kayo, pwede kayong magbukas ng account. Plus, there are several account types for you to choose from. So you can decide which fits your lifestyle or life stage. And of course, we will also talk about the security aspect to assure everyone that these online transactions are completely protected and secured. All that and more pag-uusapan natin today sa Union Bank Talks Digital. Welcome again, everybody, and thanks for joining us. Now, medyo marami po tayong kasama today. In fact, this is the biggest group of guests we've had so far in the show. So I want to start off with my colleagues and friends in the bank. Now, to help us appreciate digital account opening, or DAO for short, we have Joanna Perez, Senior Retail Products and Customer Experience Delivery Manager. Jo is the lady behind this amazing feature in the app, and she'll tell us more about it later. Hi, Jo.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. Now, joining her are the product managers of the different na po kami sa Union Bank. No, bawat account, meron naka-focus dyan. So these people are joining us today. First off, we have King Domingo for personal savings account or PSA and Savings Plus. Hi, King.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. We also have Manny Cabanero for GetGo Debit. Hi, Manny.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. And last but not least, the lovely Leslie up for Play Every Day. Hi, Les.
Hi, good afternoon, guys.
Welcome, everyone. Now, to discuss the cybersecurity features in the app, and DAO in particular, we also have our security experts, no? Si Sir Aldwin Balahadia, head of our Enterprise Fraud Management Division. Hi, Sir Aldwin.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone.
And last but not least, Sir Joey Rufo, our Chief Information Security Officer. Hi, Joey.
Hi, good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone.
Now, for those of you joining us, no, mga non-union bankers, these people that I'm introducing to you are really very important people in the bank, VIPs in the bank. But there is no one more important to us than the next person, who is one of our clients. Now, she actually tried this app, and happily, she was quite pleased, right? Happy to the point that she created a post on how to go about digital account opening on her own page. Hindi po siya bayad. It was an organic post and it went viral. She's a work-at-home mom, content writer, social media coordinator, and blogger. Let's all welcome Erika Jane Veray. Thank you for joining us this afternoon, Erika.
Thank you for having me here. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon.
Welcome, welcome. So great, let's get into it. No? Now let's get straight to DAO. Now, Joe, I want to talk to you first because as the product owner, I think you're the best person really to talk through this. Can you share with us a bit of background on like the history of how DAO came about?
Yeah, so when we launched the Union Bank online app in 2017, we actually ran a year-long campaign afterwards, targeting our existing clients and inviting them to install the app. These are the features at the time. And then after that campaign, when we were looking at the data that we got from, our installs and the like, we saw that there were a lot of non-Union Bank people who downloaded the app and wanted to use it. The problem was they weren't Union Bank customers yet. So at that point, we said, okay, we need to address the pain point of having to go physically to a branch and onboard in order to be able to use the Union Bank online app. So we really had to look at all the components of what onboarding is current at that point. So things like how do we digitize the forms, how do we digitize the KYC process, and ensure that we're compliant with everything the BSP is requiring us to do. One important factor also was to make it as easy as possible, making it convenient to open the account on your app. And that included looking at how other onboarding processes were, not just in the banking side, but for example, how do you onboard to a social media account, a new one? Or how do you onboard when you purchase airline tickets? So we tried to look at the best practices across all the different industries and built that in how we did digital account opening to make it as easy as possible for clients to open and to make it more, I guess, straight through. No need to wait. No need to have to go and talk to someone to kind of walk you through how to do it. We wanted it to be as intuitive as possible, which I'm happy to say we got good feedback on.
Right, right. I mean, I can only imagine. I actually, I think, find that really, really interesting that your inspiration or some of your inspiration came from other industries, no? Na hindi lang po banking yung naging inspiration ng digital account opening, but really customer experience across the board. It makes me personally appreciate that feature more. So thank you for that, Joe. We'll get back to her in a bit. Now, equally as important is, obviously, since we're talking about money, ladies and gentlemen, is the security side of it. Not just for now, but the app in general. And that's why we've invited the resident experts in cybersecurity, Sir Joey and Sir Aldwin. Now, can you tell us more about the bank's advocacy campaign, yung hashtag CyberSure, and how security features are integrated into DAO?
Right. So good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Carl. Good afternoon to my colleagues and everyone who's in this webinar. So before we start, I would like to give context on why is security very important in this time when we are in MECQ and, well, in general over the crisis, and how online banking has played a pervasive part in our day-to-day lives. So let's give context. So as of today, or as of 2020, we have 73 million Filipinos who are using the internet. We have 73 million Filipinos we have to keep an eye on, and 73 million Filipinos who have to keep their digital hygiene, right? And this and this 73 million Filipinos will naturally, because of the MECQ, translate to a huge surge in online shopping. So what we have seen so far during the pandemic, it has caused a surge in usage of digital solutions. Front and center, of course, we've seen e-commerce rise. We have to do all our groceries, our banking, our purchasing medicines online now, because it basically keeps us safe from the virus that is existing right now in the physical world. This digital lifestyle has allowed us to do all of this online shopping online over the internet at the safety of our homes, right? And then, of course, with this online transactions happening, you have to get the funds to basically execute this capability. And this is where online banking comes in. With e-commerce, we've learned to adopt to the digital way of banking without having to go to the brick and mortar branches. We now have the ability to open a bank account, transfer funds, pay bills, again, all at the comfort of our home. Right. That being said, there are a lot of threats online. Staying safe online is a serious business. If I may share, the Philippines is actually one of the countries in Southeast Asia heavily targeted by phishing. So phishing is where bad people are trying to steal your username and passwords with the means of trying to steal your funds from your bank accounts, right? And the COVID crisis we've seen so far has elevated this threat. Right, so we've seen an increase, and the Philippines ranks, unfortunately, one of the highest in Southeast Asia when it comes to phishing victims, right? And then together with phishing, we've seen also the rise in scams, online scams. So scammers have taken advantage of online to scheme customers through various mechanisms like investment, charities, or even selling fake masks. So just the pandemic has definitely empowered digital channels, but expect criminals to take advantage of this even more. All right. So as a consumer myself, I situate that I reduce my risk by keeping my personal information as private as possible. This is where cybersure comes in. This is where we campaign to everyone. Look, with online banking comes a great responsibility, and this is where the bank and the cost and the consumer shares a responsibility in keeping our online environment safe online. So as I shared myself, one of the things that we advocate through cybersure is that we continuously share and educate our customers on how do they make sure that whenever they go online, they make cybersecurity, they make security like a part of their digital hygiene. It's almost as if it's very natural to you. So what are those tips? So some of the tips that we share on a regular basis is that uh, we constantly educate our customers not to share their personal information to anyone, any person. Never share your username, never share your passwords, and more importantly, never share your one-time password, the one that you get with your SMS. Whether it's with your banking, whether it's with your social media or your online shopping sites, never ever share this personal information. Another tip that you can constantly share: use a separate email for your banking email, for your shopping email, and for your social media, and for the email that you use to converse with your friends. Emails are for free. You don't have to pay for using one. You can make them as unique as possible. And of course, another important one, your passwords as unique as possible. So no one will get to hack your account. And lastly, these things that we've shared will go a long way in protecting you for a long time. It basically makes you feel safe as a consumer whenever you transact safely over the cyberspace. Now, that's the part of the consumer. What has the bank done so far when it comes to cybersecurity? Making sure that you feel protected, that you feel safe whenever you use our services. So as a bank, we have invested in the latest infrastructure that allows us to monitor threats to the bank 24 by 7. We have people who are trained to respond to threats and breaches and assist our customers in cases of fraudulent attempts. We also regularly test our applications for security vulnerabilities, and we ensure adherence to industry standards as mandated by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas and aligned with best practices for digital banking as a whole. And lastly, we make sure through all of our channels, whenever there's a new scam, new phishing, new threat, we make sure that we educate our customers on this scam, so that you are alarmed, your threat, and you learn and you know how to protect yourself. All right, that's for me. Thank you, Carl.
Thank you for that, Sir Joey. Do you want to add anything to that, Sir Aldwin?
Yeah, the bank's doing a lot of awareness campaigns through cybersure for our customers to help protect themselves. Now, our customers may be hesitant in opening a digital account with Union Bank. Maybe they are scared or afraid that it's not secure. But I'd like to share with our audience, opening an account with Union Bank Digital is also like opening an account through the branch physically. It has the same level of security, but it's just at the comfort of your home. So, for example, for the security features of our digital account, it's the same as the branch. Your IDs will be taken, your information will be taken as well, and then you also have to sign on the app. The ID will be authenticated as well at the back end, right? And then you also have to take a picture, a selfie, and it will be matched with your ID. On the back end as well, there are name screenings and also AML checks so that we ensure the people are being allowed to open in the bank are legitimate people and are legitimate individuals. After our customers are able to open the account digitally, they will gain also benefit on the security of our online banking or mobile banking. When they use the app, there are multi-factor authentications like the OTP. They will be able to use also the security of a biometric through fingerprint. We also have a lot of notifications for every transaction or logging in on new devices. There are notifications to our customers so that they will feel secure while they do the transactions, or if anything happens that they're not aware of, no, they will receive notifications immediately.
All right. Thank you for that, no, Sir Joey and Sir Aldwin. Actually, it's very reassuring to hear these things. Kasi nga, sa pag-level up ng technology, I think we've all seen this, in the past several times. Every time technology levels up, the scammers are ready to level up as well. And I have like personal experiences with this. My friends, for example, have reported. I'm not sure if any of you who are watching have experienced this. Magte-take advantage ang mga scammers sa level ng fear natin ngayon during the time of pandemic. Tatawag sila sa'yo, sasabihin may unauthorized purchase at kailangan nila ng password mo. Right? So I think very relevant na yung mga tips ni Sir Joey and ni Sir Aldwin to be extra cautious when it comes to giving out your details, account details, especially your OTPs or one-time passwords or account passwords. Never share that with anyone, right? So thank you again for sharing those tips. And now that we've established na kung lumilevel up ang scammers, lumilevel up din ang Union Banker to protect our clients, right? We've established how safe and secure the app is. Let's now go to a demo of the digital account opening. If you've been following UnionBank Talks Digital, we usually request a customer experience designer, the one who really built it, or designed it rather, to walk us through the how-tos, right? However, we're going to change things up today because we want to take advantage of our guests today, because not only is she's a client, she's a blogger, right? So she knows how to do this best. So Mommy Erika, they call her that, will help us with the demo today. But before she does that, Erika, we're curious on behalf of everyone at the bank, and I'm sure our viewers as well. How long have you been a client of Union Bank?
Right now, just for 2 months. I just recently opened an account, but it's not my first time. I used to have an account with you guys a few years ago.
Oh, lovely. So nag-switch ka lang to a digital account 2 months ago.
Yes.
Pasok sa pandemic. And what made you decide to do that? What made you decide to switch to a digital account?
Well, first of all, let me just say that if there's one thing that I learned from this pandemic, unfortunately, is that it's really important for us to have a savings account or an emergency fund, so we have a safety net in case difficult situations like this happen. And I'm also a freelancer, and everything that I do, they're all transactions online. So it's really convenient for me to have an online account. And so I decided to open an account during the ECQ. Unfortunately, of course, going to the bank is not, that's the last thing I want to do, and that's the last thing everybody wants to do because of the threat of the virus. So I decided, and then I remembered that you guys have there's a way to open an account with you guys without going to the actual branch, and that you deliver the ATM to our doorsteps.
Excellent. So we're very happy to hear that. And I think one of the other things that we're very curious about, because a lot of our guests are also involved in the marketing of our products. What made you, or what motivated you to create that Facebook post that went viral?
Well, as a content creator, it has always been my goal to create helpful content. And when I tried it out, and then I received the ATM card for a week or two, after a week or two of creating that application, it was a light bulb moment. It's like, okay, this is really nice. It was a good experience. This is something that I know would help a lot of people. So why not share it?
Excellent. Thank you again on behalf of Union Bank for doing that. And I'm sure a lot of our viewers and users are thanking you for educating them about this service, right? So let's get to it. Could you help us demo for our viewers how to go about digital account opening?
Sure, it's really easy. First thing you need to do is to download the application. If you have an Android phone, you can download it from Google Play. If you have an iPhone, you can download it from the Apple Store. And then when you open the application, the first thing you'd see is there's an option to open an account. and then log in. Of course, you select the open an account. Afterwards, you'd be given option on what type of account you'd like to open. There's the credit card and then the savings account with debit card. You select the savings account with debit card. And then I like this feature wherein you can select the account type because it gives you details of for each account type. So I suggest that you read everything to determine which account type is perfect for you. For me, I decided to go with the personal savings account because there's no maintaining balance and the card fee is waived for the first year. And then afterwards, you just need to enter your information accurately, of course. And like they mentioned, the OTP, it would ask you to validate your or to authenticate your phone just to make sure that it's a valid phone number. And then as it will ask you to enter additional information about you just for the security. Right after, there's the first thing that you need to do is to scan your valid ID. And then after scanning your valid ID, you take a selfie, a photo of you, and then sign or just enter your signature online. Afterwards, I think it takes 24 hours or so for you to have a working account because Union Bank will validate your account, so it's subject for approval. And then after a week or two, you would receive your physical ATM card when you request for it.
All right. Thank you again, Erica, for that very simple but informative walkthrough. And thank you again for creating, for educating everybody. Uh, on behalf of Union Bank, we're very appreciative of that. And ladies and gentlemen, ulitin lang namin na hindi po paid endorser si Erica. She really just shared this because of her positive experience with the app. Now, Erica was talking about the different account types, no, that are available in the app, and it's very important for us to be educated rin, no, kung ano ba dapat yung piliin natin, kung ano yung bagay sa atin. Now, to help us make those decisions, we'll now switch over to the product owners that can share highlights, the features of each account. So let's hear it first from King. Can you tell us more about PSA and Savings Plus?
Thanks, Carl. Well, personal savings, it's our simplest account. There's no initial deposit and no maintaining balance required. So if you want an account that's easy to maintain and really, no fuss, no frills, then personal savings is for you. But if you want an account that offers something a little extra, we have Savings Plus, which comes with free life insurance that's worth 3 times your average daily balance. You don't need to do any medical examination before you apply, and once you save, you don't worry about any monthly insurance fees. There's no initial deposit required, but you do need to top up and save at least 25,000 to activate the life insurance.
Thanks for that, King. Now, how about GetGo Debit? Manny, can you tell us more about that?
Thanks, Carl. Well, if you're the type of individual actually want to make most out of your spending or someone who really loves to travel, I would definitely recommend to get a GetGo debit card. It's the first and only debit card that allows you to earn GetGo points for every transaction you spend. You basically earn from your daily expenses such as doing groceries, online shopping na usong-uso ngayon, even gassing up and paying your bills. Your accumulated GetGo points allows you to earn or fly for free to your dream destination. On top of that, you also get the first dibs for seat sale alerts and promos, and we also offer exclusive seat sales and discounts, especially for you. And kung nag-worry ka naman about how much do I need to maintain for this account, you don't need to worry kasi Union Bank SEP GetGo debit card has no maintaining balance. And also you get the benefits and features of the Union Bank online application.
Very exciting. Now, I want to ask, siguro in behalf of the viewers watching us and everyone else, I want to address the elephant in the room because prior to the pandemic, right, GetGo was my favorite because then I get to earn points to fly, right? But now, travel isn't really the best idea, I think, right? So what would you say to people who are iffy about getting the GetGo debit because of the pandemic?
Good question, Carl. If you're an active member of GetGo, your GetGo points does not expire. So your daily expense is accumulated and converted into points. So you're basically saving up for your future travel.
Right, excellent. So hindi ka man makatravel this year, baka sa 2022, pwede na. Thank you for that,
Yes.
Manny.
Thanks, Carl.
And lastly, let's talk to Leslie, who will talk to us about Play Everyday debits and the goal setting.
Mhm.
Let's
Thanks,
take it
Carl.
away.
Yes, hi guys. Hi everyone. So Play Everyday is the newest debit card launched just last year by Union Bank. It was really targeted for the millennials and the Gen Z. So these people actually love to play games, diba?
Yep.
Because this card, we made it into a gamified card. So what do we mean by gamified? People always think na parang it's just used for games. So you can actually use it for games, but not just that. So what we did is to make the customer experience similar to a game. So diba, when you play a game, you create your player. Play Every Day also has 12 avatars that you can choose from, representing different personalities. And then, after you create your player, you get 500 bonus points in the app. So we use the Union Bank online app, and you can do different digital activities in the app, such as goals. So goals is a digital piggy bank. So let's say you want to save up for a PlayStation 5. Diba, that's gonna be launched this November,
Yep.
I think. So you can set it up in the app that I want to save up for a PlayStation 5. Set up the funding account that you want to use for it. So let's say during payroll, gusto mo 15:30 mag-transfer siya. So it will automatically transfer to your PlayStation 5 account. And when you reach your goal, you would get bonus points in your Play Everyday account. So when you rack up a lot of points by doing different digital transactions in the app, like bills payment, goals accounts, and spending using your card, you can get to be part of the leaderboards of Play. And you can see that in the app also or through the Play Everyday website. Now, what can you do with the points that you get? So the points can be converted to cashback or fee waivers. And you can also instantly redeem rewards in the app. So we have over 200 plus partner merchants. And for the tributes out there, some of the merchants that we have are groceries. So you can, yeah, so you can redeem your points to get grocery vouchers. Yun.
Excellent. Thank you, Les. It's actually more appealing to me now. I'm not sure if this is true for you guys, but like my spending preferences, my spending habits have drastically changed during the pandemic. Like kung dati nagsha-shopping tayo for shoes or fashion, right? Like now groceries are life, right? So that's really, really helpful for everyone out there. Thank you guys, King, Manny, Leslie. With these sorts, I'm sure that one will help you, or one of them will help you bank the way you live, or yung hashtag bank the way you live, right? So I'm just curious now, back to Erika, no? Because ang daming options, right? As the product managers have just explained, and ang daming security features din naman ng digital account opening and the app. But I'm sure people still have questions about that. So, and I heard, Erika, that you have now become the unofficial ambassador the app, and people have been asking you some questions. Is that right?
Yeah, I get a lot of questions every day. I get a lot of messages from people asking about how to open an account with Union Bank.
That's actually quite interesting. And could you share to us like the top questions that maybe some of our experts can answer today?
Sure, yeah. The usual questions that I get, first of all, is that why is there a 350 pesos card fee and how can it be waived? I think I know the answer, but it's still better if they would hear it from you.
Right, right. Who would like to take that on?
I'll take that, Carl.
Go
So
ahead.
there's an annual fee because we don't ask you to maintain any amount per month. So for most bank accounts, right, if you don't meet a certain balance in your account, you will be charged. I think charges usually start at 300 or so.
Mhm.
So our annual fees are always waived the first year. And to continue not paying that fee, just aim to save at least 10,000 pesos and you have one whole year to save up.
Excellent. So I think that's a really good way to think about it. No, that it's really just an incentive for you to save. Thank you for answering that, King. Erica, what other questions do you have?
Yeah, some are asking if it's possible to use other or other identification card aside from the one that is indicated on the application for on the app in order for them to apply.
Right. So would anyone like to answer that? I think it's also indicated in the app, no, but still people ask if there are exceptions or if there are things that are not listed. Who would like
Yeah,
to answer that question?
I can take that card. Yeah, so basically what we are requiring for our customers is government issued IDs or the primary government issued ID. This is part of our security and authentication that we want to do so that we ensure that the customers that we are letting in are legitimate. So basically, these IDs are the passports, driver's license, SSS, PRC, postal ID, and UMID ID. So unfortunately, you cannot scan or upload your company IDs or school IDs. So it has to be a government issued ID.
All right. Thank you for that clarification. And again, we want to remind everyone that it's for your own safety, right? So thank you for answering that question, Sir Aldwin. And I think we have time for one question. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, just one last question is that can the account be used to claim SSS benefits?
Super relevant, right? Who would like to take that on?
I can take that, Carl.
Go ahead.
Yes, the account issued can be used to claim SSS benefits. All you have to do is submit the account number once nakuha nyo na yung confirmation email that the account is ready for use.
Excellent. There you have it. So quick answer is yes na yes to SSS. And there you have it. Thank you again to everyone who's joined us. You know, Erica, especially, thank you for being our authentic and organic ambassador for the app, right? And for digital account opening. And also to our experts today, Sir Aldwin, Sir Joey, and also our product managers, of course, si King, si Joe, si Leslie, and Manny. Thank you everyone for joining. This has been a very, very educational, informative session, even for myself, right, who's already a union banker. Nakaka-refresh kasi, it's very, very important to refresh ourselves in terms of yung mga security practices and also, obviously, the choices that are available to us as clients of Union Bank. And there you have it, friends. Thank you for joining us. If you have Union Bank Online but no account yet, try nyo na po ang digital account opening. No need to go to the branch. It's easy, secure, and best of all, as I've mentioned several times, you can do it at the comfort and safety of your own home. See you again soon as we continue the conversations here on Union Bank Talks Digital.